Hey everyone, I'm Kelly and this is my channel Kel Stitches. This is a place where I talk about my addiction to cross stitching and everything that goes with it. Today is Monday, June 27, 2022, and this is Flosstube number 11. Today I'm going to show you the projects that I've worked on and some happy mail that I received over the last 2 weeks. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back, catching up and seeing what I'm working on. If you are a new viewer, thank you for popping over and having a look at what I've got to offer. I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel and on my videos. It would be very much appreciated. I do try to get back to all the comments as soon as I see them. Sometimes I'm either asleep or I'm at work, but as soon as I see the comment, I heart it and I do try to reply as soon as I can. And I really do appreciate all your comments. And I really appreciate getting to know some of you through the comments as well. So in the last fortnight, I have done a fair bit of stitching, I would say. I have worked every day or stitched every day except for Saturday, the Saturday just gone, and that was because I had a double shift at work, which is where I had to work both the day and the night shift. During the day we had a baby shower. We catered a high tea baby shower for 40 people. And the night shift we done a 50th birthday party for 75 people. Now the 50th birthday they were partiers, so or we didn't actually finish until 1 o'clock in the morning. By the time I got home, had a shower and fell into bed, I think it was about 2 o'clock, and I only had about 4 hours sleep before I had to be back up and back at work at 6:30 on the Sunday morning. I'd done something to my back on Saturday night. I don't know whether it was shifting the furniture or what I'd done. I think I've pulled a muscle across my back because the last 2 days I've been a little bit sore. It's a bit hard to bend over and pick things up and stuff like that. And this morning I went to shut the gate as I was leaving for work and was closing the padlock, and my back decided to pinch on me, so I got kind of stuck on the gate for a little while the spasm passed. And then I had to sort of pull myself back up off the gate and get back in the car and go to work. But yeah, so if I sound a little breathless or I pause or you see me shift, it's probably because my back is spasming a little bit. But I'm tough and I'll get over it, I'm sure. So I worked on six projects over the fortnight. So I do have a little bit to show you, finally. So the first project I worked on was the Santa at the Door stocking. This is the one that I am doing for my niece, for her baby that is due in August. I don't really need it done by the time the bub is born, as long as I have it done by the end of October, the middle of November, maybe even the end of November at the very latest. I mean that's fully finished. That is made into an actual stocking. As long as I have it done by then, I should be right, because my mum just told me that they are coming home for Christmas this year, or coming to my mum's for Christmas this year, so I can give it to them in person for baby's first Christmas. So that's what it will look like. I'll put a photo in of what it looked like last time. And this is what it looks like now. So I worked on this for one day and I done 300 stitches on it. So I've got a bit more of the door, pretty sure a bit more of the door done here. A bit more of Sanders' belly done. Although I think it might be the present he's holding actually. So yeah, that's what it's looking like. It's coming along all right. Anyway, put that one over there. The next one I worked on was a new start, and this is something that is all over Flosstube at the moment. Everyone and anyone seems to be doing this series, and this is The Fox, which is A Year in the Woods by Cottage Garden Samplings. So I started on the fox. I am doing them all on one big piece of fabric, and it is a piece of fabric that I dyed myself, so it is not called for colours that was suggested. Where is it? So, and I'm also doing it on an 18 count, not on any of the higher. So this is where I got up to with it. I stitched on this for 2 days and done 1100 stitches. So as I said, this isn't the called for fabric, but I think it is looking all right. I think all of the series is going to look okay on it. It is a fair size piece of fabric, but it does have to fit 12 animals on it. I have up to number 5, which is the raccoon, the ferret, the bear, the bald eagle, and they just released the owl, the barn owl for it. The barn owl's cute, but it looks kind of weird though with that long elongated neck that it's got on it. It looks a little strange to me, but it's still cute. It's not going to stop me from stitching it. But I'll wait until a stitch in time in Tasmania has the pattern in, and I'll order those 3 all together. The next, I'm also actually with that one, I've also joined the sale that is starting on the 1st of July on Instagram, and the hashtag, it is hashtag A Year in the Woods, SH sale. SH stands for Southern Hemisphere. So down here in the Southern Hemisphere, we are now into winter. So we're all going to start on it. Well, I've already made a start, but we're going to start and stitch along all together over our seasons with the animals. So that's going to be pretty good. If anyone wants to join in, jump over onto Instagram, message Mel Rouvray, I think it is, and I'm sure she will add you into our chat over there. So my next one is Not All Who Wander Are Lost, which is this one. This is the one I got off Etsy. The store is 2x2 Stitch Art. They are currently having a sale. I don't know how long the sale's going to go for. I was looking at the site, their page on Etsy last night, and let me tell you, I haven't got back on to check, and it's dangerous to look and buy things or look at things or shopping online when you're tired, because I know there was a few times that my eyes closed but my finger was actually on the screen of my phone. So God knows what I've actually put into my cart. May have to go and check that later. But yes, 2x2 Stitch Art on Etsy. They are currently having a sale if anyone wants to jump over and have a look at that. So this is where I am up to with it. Slowly getting there. I think a couple of more sessions and I should nearly have this done. All the wording is meant to be done in blank or B5200. It's one of those white colours, but I am considering doing it, all the wording in a reddy orange. I think the colour that I chose for it was 3721. So I'm thinking of doing all the words in that colour, because the other two in the series have the darky orangey reds and pinks in them as well, so I probably wouldn't mind this one to have a little bit in it, just to tie them all in together. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these or if I'm going to give them away. I know someone who uses this saying quite a lot, so I will get 3 of them done and see how I feel about it. That one I done 2 days stitching and got 1500 stitches into it, and I think it is a 16 count Aida, or it could be an 18 count Aida. It was just a scrap bit that was big enough that I grabbed out of my stash, because I tend to not throw any of my off-cut fabrics or anything like that away, because you never know when you may need a little 12x12 piece of fabric, or even just a little piece that's only a couple of inches wide to make a quick bookmark out of. So my next one I worked on was another new start, which is Soucis from the Long Dog Samplers. That's what it'll look like. And this is where I'm up to. Oh, that's where I'm up to. My ring light is playing silly buggers with the lighting. So I am using Silks for You silk thread. The purple is PR001 and the teal is PR147, and this is on 18 count Aida. See if I can move it in, you can see the colours, but I'm really loving the purple and the teal together. It is a classic colour combination as far as I'm concerned. So that's coming along nicely. I stitched on it for 2 days and I got 1400 stitches into that one. As I said before, I do find long dogs seem to, well for me anyway, they do seem to stitch up pretty quickly. Next one that I worked on was Bengal Tigers 2 by Jks Stitching. This is one of the patterns that my mother-in-law gave me quite a few years ago. It is off eBay and it hasn't got an artist's name or anything on it, so I'm not sure about the copyright on that. But I'm trying to get some of my older patterns that the mother-in-law did give me. I'm trying to get some of them. I just want to keep working through those and getting them out of the road, so then I can actually start on all my other full coverage ones. So this is all where my tiger is up to, and I'll put in a where it was before. So I finally got all the moon stitched in. These marks here are just from where I marked out the page. It is not actually, it's not actually a column or a page line. Once I wash it, it will come out. So that is where I'm up to. I've got to move the hoop. Actually, because I do have to move the hoop, I'll take it off and show you the whole thing where it is at the moment. Don't mind the creases. I did just take it out of the hoop. So that is the whole piece at the moment. I only got, I think it's 1, 2, I think it might be 2 pages left on it. So yeah, that's not looking too bad, I don't think. I worked on it for 3 days and I got 1,300 stitches into it. All full cross stitches for all of my pieces. I haven't tried tent stitch yet. I don't know if I will try tent stitch. I do prefer the full cross personally myself, so I don't know if I ever will try tent stitch. My last piece that I worked on was yet another new start. So 3 new starts for this rotation, everyone. This is Moonrise Song by Artecy, and the artwork is by Abraham Hunter. This, as soon as it was released, this just called to me. It was, I love the colours. It had wolves in it. What more could I ask for? It was a must-have. And Artecy do have the large and just the regular version of it. And I thought for something that I love so much, I was going to get the large version, which does make it quite a big piece of fabric. But this is where I'm up to. I am a center starter, and the beauty of being a center starter is you get to the interesting or the focus of the pattern first. So you can already see a wolf head coming in there. I think that might be the middle wolf that's standing looking straight ahead. No, not straight ahead to you, but straight across the page. So yeah, that is that one. I worked on it for 3 days and I got 920 stitches into it. Absolutely love this piece. I think I'm going to make this one of my focus pieces. So I did do 6,550 stitches over the fortnight, which is pretty good going, I think. But yeah, which leads me into my rotation plans. I think I have found the rotation that fits me perfectly. I have 8 projects at the moment. I haven't stitched on 2. The other 2 are the Fox and Rabbit sale, mystery sampler sale. The next installment is out on Thursday the 1st. So I will be stitching on that sometime at the end of the week, I think. And the other one is my Dreamcatcher stamped kit that I got from China, with those satiny threads that were just really annoying the crap out of me. So I've sort of given up on it for a little while and put it to the side. But anyway, my rotation is, because I've got 7 or 8 pieces. On the 1st of each month, I will concentrate on getting this segment of the Fox and Rabbit mystery cell done. So if it takes me 2, 3, 4, 5 days, depending on the size of it, I will concentrate on getting it done first. I just want to get it done out of the road. And then that leaves me my other 7 pieces that I can work on for 2 days each over the 2-week rotation period that I'd like to work in. I think if I have 2 focus pieces in that rotation period, one of them will be my Moonrise song. So when I say focus piece, that means I'll probably work on it for 3 days rather than the 2 days, just to get that little bit extra stitching into it. And the second focus piece, I'll just choose whatever one I feel like I want to put a little bit more time into for that fortnight. I think for a little while my 2 focus pieces will be Moonrise song and the stocking, just so I can get it happening a little bit further. But that is my rhythm. I think that's my rhythm. I've found what I like to stitch with. Going from being a 1 whip person last year to now having several whips, I always thought that my brain could only work and concentrate on 1 whip and see it right through to completion. Oh, how that has changed and how that is totally incorrect. I don't know if I could work on 1 project now from start right through to completion. I find by the 2nd day I am itching to change projects. That is not to say that I am going to end up with 40, 50, 150 whips down the track. I think I am going to try to keep it to that 7 or 8 projects. And I think I am going to try and keep a few smalls in that rotation as well. So if I have a couple of big full cover, all my pieces, as you probably noticed from other videos, I'm a full coverage stitcher, so most of my projects are going to be full coverage, except for the odd sampler like the fox and rabbit, a couple of a long dog, and even the year in the woods. They're not exactly full coverage, but they are still time consuming. You'd be surprised how many stitches are in just that little animal. Even though they're 100 by 195, they still have a few stitches in them. But I'll try to keep some smalls, whether they're full coverage smalls or anything like that, in my rotation, just so I do have a few finishes happening all the time. But yeah, so that is my rotations and my rotation plans anyway. What will I get? I will jump straight into my Happy Mail. So I ordered, months ago, I ordered the first lot of overdyeds for the first 5 Year in the Woods patterns. I got some of them in because Jks had them in stock, and the rest had to be back ordered. And that was back in April, end of April, that I ordered those, and we were waiting. They finally, and then I thought I'd jump ahead of myself. Even though I haven't got the next 3 patterns, I will, because on the Cottage Garden Samplings website, you can scroll down and it tells you the floss that is needed for all of the animals. So I thought I'd jump ahead and buy the floss for the next 3 or 4 animals, even though I haven't got the patterns for them yet. So they came in, and a few of them were on back order as well. So I I got the first lot in. This is Weeks Dye Works Carrot. And then we've got a Weeks Dye Works Molasses. We have Weeks Dye Works Havana. And Weeks Dye Works Hazelnut. So they were the ones that came in. And then I think it wasn't even a couple of days later, it might have been a week later, that Janet left a note and on my order and emailed me to say that the back ordered overdyeds had finally arrived. So she was sending them out to me, which I got today. I did. When I got home, the partner gave me a stack of mail that arrived for me. A few of them were stitching related, and then the others weren't stitching related, so I just threw them over to the side. So we've got Gentle Arts Simply Shakers Sampler Threads, Aged Pewter. And we have, same, Weeks Dye Works Graphite. And Weeks Dye Works Grits. Now there is only one more that has to arrive that's still on back order, and that is the Gentle Arts Grecian Gold. And I know that a lot of people are having issues obtaining that colour. So even though I've got it ordered and it is on back order, if I haven't received it by the time I am up to the swans, because the Grecian Gold is in the swans, if I haven't received it by the time I'm up to them, I think I am going to have to swap it out for the DMC conversion. I know I'm not going to get the variegation that the Grecian Gold would give me, but I don't know how long I'm going to have to wait to receive it. And when it finally does come through from Janet's, if I've already done the swans, that's okay. I'll just put it into my stash. I'm sure I'll use it for something else. And even though they were on back order and she had to mail them separately, Janet always sends a card with a little needle minder on it for you with all of your orders. So JK's only ships to Australia and New Zealand customers. Anyway, then Lisa from PaddockLaneDesigns. She is an Australian hand dyer of fabrics. Love my Australians. Love to support my Australians. Anyway, Lisa had a dye spot sale on Facebook last week. I missed it because what was I doing? I don't know. Anyhow, I missed it. So I messaged Lisa, I contacted Lisa and said, look, if I give you a dollar amount, can you just put together however many pieces of fabric that you can for that dollar amount, including postage? Don't, all in Aida, I don't care the colour and I don't care the count or the size of the fabric, just whatever you can. Lisa came back and said, yeah, sure, I can do that. So ordered them last week and they arrived today. And and this came in with it. So another little needle minder. I think it's a little chest of drawers, I think that is. But yes, PaddockLaneDesigns. She has got her Etsy store as well. So let me show you the colours. Now, it was a dye spot sale, which means that there is a little imperfections in the dyeing where the dye hasn't, it either hasn't dissolved properly or there has been leftover dyes from a previous dye in the container or something like that that has affected the fabric. But I don't care about that because I don't mind the dye spots even in my own fabric. And yes, I can dye my own fabric, but when I can support another Australian and help them out, I will. And I don't always have the time to dye anyway, so. But anyway, this one is called Smoky 2 and it is 16 count. And it is a 52 by 54. Now, not all of the pieces have their particulars on them. As you can see, there is some pink and blue dye spots in them. And yeah, so that is the Smoky. So most of these are a decent size that I can put a sampler or a Shannon Christine design or something like that on them. They are, that's what I mainly got them for. This one is called Sunny Day. It is 14 count. And it is a 50 by 54. So most of these are, I think, what you'd call a fat quarter. So that is a nice yellow. It has a couple of pink dye spots in it, but that's all right. You can always, depends on the pattern that you choose. You'll either stitch over them or it'll just become part of the feature of the pattern. This one is called Jungle Green. It is also 14 count. It is a 58 by 72. Now I really like this one. It has spots of orange and blue in it, which I really like. It is, yeah. I do really, really like this colour, and they're probably not, none of them are probably showing up at the correct colour because this ring light is really shit at the moment. Ouch. Shouldn't have bent like that. There goes my back. So then all these don't have their particulars on them, so I'm just going to have to guess going off what I think the count is. I think this one looks to be 18 count. Look at this. I love it. Look at the colours in that. That is not, I don't actually think that has any dye spots on it. That is just the colour that it is. And it is, I love it. So I think this might be an 18 count. I'd have to measure it to see how big it is. But it could possibly fit a small long dog or, as I said, another sampler type of pattern on it. You wouldn't want too much to cover that dyeing. I've also been looking at getting some sulky threads to see how they're going, so I might buy in a couple of packs of those and use one of these pieces of fabric to test them out on. This one is, could be 14 or 16 count. It is a lovely blue, like a light sky blue. It's looking a little bit darker on there than what it actually is, but it is it is lovely as well. Then we have this one, could be 14 or 16 count as well. So it is another blue. It is this actually one is more of a sky blue. That other one is more of a darky, not dark. It is, how can I explain the colour of that one? Grey blue, I think. Anyway, this one is more your sky blue, and the mottling on these pieces is lovely. So JK's also stock leases fabrics if you wanted to go through that way. This one is, looks small enough. It could be 18 count. It is a pink. So you got darker. Hang on, let me try something. Oh, that could be a little. Nope. Yeah. Oh, sorry guys, didn't mean to crack like that. No, that's made it even bloody worse. Oh dear, what am I doing? I'll just go back to that one. Rightio. So that's a pink. The colours aren't really showing up because this ring light's been a shithead. But yes, that is a light, I would say a baby pink, that one is. Now it looks like it could be 18 count. Now here we go. This one actually has marked on it as 16 count. And it is like a green and a pink. I really like this one as well. It is really lovely. Let me, might be able to see the pink better on this side. Nope. So yeah, it's like a green and a pink. It is really lovely, that one. Let me fold it up and see if you can see. I was just glancing in the corner to see if the sun was, I think they're still outside feeding the animals. But yeah, that's that one. And this is the last one. I really love this one too. Generally not a pink type of a person. That's just not me. A pink is just not me. I'll wear like a mushroom pink, but bright pink, baby pink, anything like that. It's not me. Never has been, never will be. I'm not a girly girl. Anyway, but I love this. Look at it. It is, I don't know if she's got written on it or what size this one is. Nope. Nope, can't see anything. But it has green, pink, purple, yellow in it, and it is mottled all over. Like, look at that. If you know, I will have to, as I said, I will have to measure them to see the exact size. This one looks like it could possibly be 18 count as well, and it looks like it's a fat quarter. So if anyone knows of any patterns that may fit onto these and look nice on them, please let me know, because I am open to suggestions. So for my money, I did give Lisa a limit of $100. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. 9 pieces of dyed fabric. Just because they have a few dye spots on them. And that included postage. So, to me, that is bloody awesome. That's them. that is the nine pieces of fabric that I got for $100 off Lisa at PaddockLaneDesigns. They're going straight into my stash for me to then go and figure out what to stitch on them. Now, I had a little thought. Could have been a dangerous thought, but I had a little thought. I was in one of our cheapy shops, like I think in America they're called the dollar store or something like that. Over here they're the reject shop and choice discount. I was in one of those in the craft section, just having a look around to see what they got, and I found these. They are a little wooden tag, thinnish plywood, and I thought if my partner loved me enough that, as you can see, I've already drawn 2 circles on them. I thought that he could router out the big circle and the small circle, and I could use these as floss tags. They're not going to break anytime in a hurry, are they? No. So there's those ones. There's stars. Really don't know if the stars would work. You might crack them out, routering them. Then you've got little flowers. And you've got hearts. And because they are the plywood, you could easily write on them with a permanent marker. So this is a pack of 30, and I think they cost $3, something like that. But then I got onto AliExpress and found packs of 50 and stuff, which are only like for $3 or $4. So I think I might order some of those as well. They're all in just one. I think they're more like a teardrop shape, or one shape. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Going to try. If the partner's not going to do it, I can get onto the power tools and do it myself. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Might use them as floss drops instead. Just wait and see. The only thing the partner said that he would be concerned about is being wood. They might wear on the floss too much. Like with you pulling the floss through and stuff, it might wear. But I think that would only happen if it was the rough timber and you didn't sand around the holes. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on that. Let me know what you think about it. So yeah, my plans going forward into my next rotation, I'm just going to start again and start stitching those again and throw Fox and Rabbit in there at the end of the week when the new installment comes out. That's all I've got to tell you this week, guys. Thank you for joining me and listening to me once again and seeing what I have to talk about. I would just like to say once again thank you to all my new viewers for coming over, and thank you to all my returning viewers for coming back. So I'll leave it as that. I will try to do another stitch with me next week, which will be the 4th, Monday the 4th. I'll try to do that. I did buy a new arm to hold my tablet, so hopefully that I can get it up and over behind me and actually down onto my stitching. I know there were a few of you that said that you would like to see me actually stitching, so I will attempt to get that one happening as well. So yes, I will see you on my Stitch With Me if you'd like to join me on that one. If not, my next update will be the 11th, Monday the 11th. And July is hell month at work, so I don't know how much stitching we're going to get. When I say hell month, it's because we have our local racing carnival in the middle of the month. And it is absolutely hectic because we do a lot of the catering for it. And that can be catering for anywhere from 500 to over 1,000 people. And it can include a buffet, a full buffet of 4 or 5 wet dishes and salads and all that sort of stuff, to finger foods and everything like that. So it is 2 weeks of utter chaos and exhaustion. So I don't know how much stitching I'll get done, but I will try to do some. But yes, my next update will be Monday the 11th. So guys, I will leave it as that, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye.